Headline edition, July 8, 1947. Headline edition, July 8, 1947. The Army Air Forces has announced that a flying disc has been found and is now in the possession of the Army. Army officers say the missile, found sometime last week, has been inspected at Roswell, New Mexico, and sent to Wright Field, Ohio, for further inspection. Headline edition will bring you special reports and interviews in a moment.
How you doing? This is the guy from Pittsburgh. Well, meantime, the battle for forum supremacy or something, I don't know what the hell you would call it, continues. I got a post. I got an inbox from artbellfan1.com, a member of my forum. And I got a screenshot of it. I'm learning, people. I'm learning how to do stuff every day on the net. Stuff that people always complained I should know. Well, this here is a screenshot of the Swillgab forum. That's what I'm going to call it. No, not Bellgab. The Swillgab forum, or the Babblegab forum. I've been accused of babbling. But there's your screenshot. Let me get that up closer. And right there, let's see if I can get that in there. In the upper right corner it says, keep on computer hacking. Now, just 6998, my other moderator, and me and several others think that the hackers are coming directly from Babblegab, but the fact that MV, the man without honor, the owner of Babblegab or Swillgab or Babblegab or what do you want to call it, would post something like that, leads us to believe that he's actively one of the ones doing this, the attacks in my forum. And but we will persevere. And then I got this from a friend of mine. And he put, I think this might be the real reason why the Malaysian airliner disappeared. And I thought that was, let me see if I can get this over here. Thought that was pretty funny. So I posted that on my board. And I asked the question, is that one of them reptilian aliens we keep hearing about? So, this morning there's news about that guy having a flight simulator in his house. Who has a flight simulator in his house? I can see if he got one of them PlayStations or those other console gaming machines. I can't keep track of them anymore. The Wii and the, what's that other one? I can't remember it. But if you got one of them and you're playing flight simulator on it, on your console game, yeah, you got a flight simulator in your house. Well, anyway, he deleted apparently certain files on his flight simulator, and they're trying to recover those. So the mystery continues of Flight 770 or whatever it was called, or as I call it, Flight 33, straight out of the Twilight Zone episode that George Noory loves, Twilight Zone, where that plane disappeared and they flew over New York, but it was back with a little dinosaur, the little brontosaurus. It looked real fake. It was eating. And then they flew over the 1939 World's Fair, and it was something like Majestic Airlines, I think, or Monument Airlines, and was never seen again, never made it back to New York. Well, these guys have disappeared. There's even a video this morning, I didn't get a chance to look at it, where Fox says this plane may be in Pakistan, like, whoa, that's a revelation, and being held by terrorists. So I think they're going to use this to attack a city. They're going to attack Tel Aviv. They're going to attack New York. They're going to attack Washington, D.C., and they might stick a nuke on the damn thing. They're in Pakistan. They got nukes. And their leader, despite we're giving him billions, he ain't friendly to us. Neither is the whole damn country. They all hate us. And I watched a thing on 9/11 conspiracies last night, and one of the things they mentioned that NORAD originally was set up to stop planes from coming into this country, but they weren't set up to stop planes in this country from attacking us. So let's see if they can stop one airliner that nobody can find. If they bring that air and they shuttle that thing from Asia to Africa to the United States or to Tel Aviv. Although you wonder why they wouldn't attack Jerusalem, because that's now the capital of Israel. And I'm going to try a little experiment and see if this is Alacasio. And by the way, he hurt his back shoveling snow. You got to watch that stuff. That can really mess you up. And back injuries can mess you up 20, 30, 40 years. You got to be careful when you're doing stuff like shoveling snow. So I hope he gets better soon. I'm going to try this. This is the remainder of my Welch's grape jelly and Jif natural peanut butter, which I was given. And I keep wondering, every time I see natural, is there like an unnatural product somewhere out there? You know, it crawled beneath your sandwich. The thing from the peanut butter patch, you know, is there an unnatural product out there? Always makes me wonder. So I'm going to take a bite here. Well, that's obvious. You can't talk. Excuse me. You can't talk and eat peanut butter sandwich at the same time. So we just found out in that little experiment. I'm drinking hot chocolate because it's cold in here. Yesterday was in the high 70s. It was hotter than hell. And there's some stories out there on Fox News today that are interesting. They got one where Egyptian archaeologists have found cat skeletons, a mama cat and the papa cat and her kittens. And they think now that cats in Egypt were domesticated 2,000 years before previously thought. And that means that cats ruled even then and cats rule now. And I feel sorry for the poor mama cat, their babies, because I hope they didn't kill them to bury them. But maybe, well, actually, they would have their babies. Maybe the mama cat died giving birth to babies. But I love kitties. So does 6968. He's got a kitty that he rescued that was a stray. So I know he loves kitties too. Another story. In 2012, we bit the bullet. It missed us by that much. There was a huge solar flare, and we were all worrying about the Mayan calendar, but nobody apparently was worrying about this solar flare because if it had hit the Earth, it would have put us back to the Stone Age because it would have probably wiped out all our electronics. So that's a story on Fox. And our buddies at Al-Qaeda, the people that we know that love and hate us, they put out a fatwa this morning saying that calling for car bombs to be detonated in the U.S. and other crusader cities. And you all thought you were naive to think out there, and I'm not referring to anybody specifically that I know, that it would all end at the death of the leader of Al-Qaeda that had already died years before. Has been mentioned all over the internet that Osama bin Laden had died back in the early 2000s and was buried. But yet our Navy SEALs took down Osama bin Laden, and then he was cremated because Barack Obama didn't want people to see the evidence of the fake Osama. So, and I firmly believe that because Ed Dames told us he was dead, and other people told us he was dead. But everybody forgets about that. They all cheered. They was all cheering outside the White House. We got Osama bin Laden. The guy was already dead. This is all a setup job. And speaking of conspiracies and setup job, there's also a new post that says that 50% of Americans believe in at least one medical conspiracy. We do like our conspiracies, don't we? And archaeologically, thieves are stealing frescoes out of the Pompeii site. Archaeological theft is rampant, and it's terrible. They destroy part of history, because when they remove things like that, it destroys the actual archaeological site. Noory has sent the cookbooks to me as of yesterday. As soon as I get them, I'll send them on to the Burnses. I haven't heard from the Burnses. Oh yeah, I called the Skywalker radio show on the Dark Matter Radio Network last night to talk about my ghost cats. I have 2 kitties in here that are dead. My Mickey Mouse and Minnie Mouse, my former cats. Minnie sadly got run over in front of my building, and Minnie had cancer. I had to put to sleep a year ago, February. Well, they still show up in the bedroom and in the living room. I hear meowing in here, and there's no cat here. My 2 cats, Fluffy and Fuzzy, are outside, and yet they'll be meowing. And occasionally, something will rub against my leg, and there's nobody in here but me. So I know that cats, like people, like to stay behind. Now, there was a theory they said on the show that older buildings being made out of masonry instead of sheetrock may act as a trap for ghosts, and that's why they can't leave. So that was an interesting theory. I also talked about my other paranormal and ghost experiences, so that was kind of fun. I will be calling Gabcast on Monday, if they'll let me on, to talk about this hacking business. And if they won't, well, that's all right. I also would like to know where Aldous Burbank was, because that guy, when I was on Babblegab, said that he would come down to Martinez and take me out to lunch. And once I was dropped off of Babblegab, I forgot, I need to call it Babblegab. I never heard from the guy again, even though he had my phone number, my email, and all of that. So, Aldous Burbank, where's my lunch? I'm still waiting. I know that if I offer someone a free lunch, I'm going to take them to the free lunch. I'm not going to, because you don't do that to people. It's just something you don't do. You keep your word. Let's see, what else? Been posting a lot of stuff on the guy from Pittsburgh Paranormal Forum about the Malaysian airliner. A Fox News affiliate posted a story on the Seattle helicopter crash, and they accidentally put a picture of a penis in the story. So that was kind of hilarious. They were all embarrassed because it was live. There was a flaccid penis right after a picture of Edward Scissorhands. I don't know what Edward Scissorhands was doing in the story. I saw that movie a long time ago, back when ticket prices here were like $3, and in LA they were $7, and in New York they were $15, and my jaw just dropped to see a $7 movie. So, and now we got, what, $10, $15 movies, but that was back in the 80s. And, let's see, what was the other story? I guess that's it for now, but I've posted about 11 more Art Bell videos from YouTube, some other content on my forum. Go take a look. Just 69.98 thinks that Babblegabbers, it's hard to get out of that habit. I was on there for years. Are afraid to post to my forum because it's been hacked by other people at Babblegab. And I think so too, and so do a couple other people. And I heard from my tech guy, his PC got wiped out. It had 3 viruses on it, 9,000 attempts to get in it. He's thinking of switching to a Mac, which amuses the hell out of me because he used to tease me about my having a Mac, and I need to get a PC. So he's out there in the Midwest. I don't know if he's shoveling snow or not. I know they had a snowstorm in the Midwest yesterday, so winter is refusing to leave. It's kicking and screaming, and parts of the country are still being snowed in. Okay, let's see. All right, it's time for Weird News. Well, in Brockport, New York, authorities say 2 students at a college there were charged with animal abuse after a dog was held upside down and forced to drink beer. Police say the College of Brockport students held the lab. That's my favorite dog. My uncle had 3 of them. I love Labradors. They're very sweet. Over a keg and forced the animal to drink from the tap during an off-campus party. A student took a photo of it and posted on Twitter, and pictures from parties thrown by the students enrolled. The 2 men were charged with torturing and injuring an animal. They were issued tickets for town court. The dog was taken by the local dog warden. So that's that story. Let's see what else. Oh, yeah. You know, you've heard about the zombie apocalypse. Well, there's the biting apocalypse. They're looking for a biting suspect in Cherry Hill, New Jersey. That used to be, if I remember correctly, the former home of McGraw Hill, which merged later with Jovanovich. But they're looking for a woman suspected of biting another person's finger amid a dispute over a parking spot at a New Jersey mall. They're trying to identify the woman who bit Tonya Knight Joseph's finger outside the mall. The 42-year-old resident said she was arguing with 2 women who accused her of stealing their parking space when one attacked her. She said the attacker was cursing, yelling, getting in her face, and hitting her. Then the woman bit her finger, nearly severing it. That was game over, in her words. Yeah, I should hope so. Your finger would be off. I'd have game over, too. Police have released an image of the suspect. They could face aggravated assault charges. I guess there's no laws against biting off your finger. Got another biting story in a minute. Courtney Love, the woman who only uses 1 sheet of toilet paper at a time, claims she found the missing air lantern. Now, I've heard from other people there's this oil slick out there, and it's Courtney at 031714 at twitter.com. And this story from the Need to Know site: call off the search for Flight 370. Courtney Love is sure she's found the location of the missing Malaysian plane over a patch of ocean off the coast of Vietnam by using satellite images and posted its coordinates on Facebook and Twitter with a diagram. I'm no expert, but up close it looks like a plane in an oil slick. It's like a mile away, Palu, Perak, where they last tracked it at 5. I'm not going to do the coordinates, but what she posted longitude and latitude coordinates, and what do I know? Speaking to New York Magazine's Daily Intelligence column, Love explained, I saw an article that asked people to help search on tomnod.com, so I decided to give it a shot. She prays they're so alive. Well, I do too, but I don't think those guys are alive. I think they've been sent into slavery or tortured for their information. And in Spokane, a couple dumpster were tossed in a garbage truck. And their dog. I don't know what the dog was doing in there, but they were sleeping in a dumpster when awakened Tuesday. They were thrown in the back in a garbage truck in Spokane. Or Spokane. I don't know how you pronounce the name of that city. Driver heard a noise. He pulled over and called for help. Firefighters arrived, found the man, woman, and dog inside the truck. Medics took them to hospital as a precaution. They didn't have any injuries other than bruising. The couple and the dog fell 5 feet for the dumpsters that was emptied into the garbage trucks. And every year, there are people that bums climb in there to get warm, I guess, and they're killed. They get crushed in the garbage trucks. So don't climb in the dumpsters, homeless people of America. It can kill you. Miscongeniality cited in Chehalis, Washington, shoplifting event. Chloe Curry was a few days before she was named Miss Congeniality at the Miss Lewis Scholarship Pageant. She was accused of attempting to shoplift cosmetics from the Chalalas Walmart. Everybody rips off Walmart. It seems to be a very popular place for shoplifters. I guess it's easy to get into and easy to get out. Police said the 18-year-old from Adna and another girlfriend attempted to leave the store with lip balm, nail polish, fake eyelashes, fake nails, and other beauty products worth more than $100. Both were cited. She won a $600 scholarship, which cannot be taken away in the beauty contest. She had a platform of building a positive self-image. Her talent was rhythmic dance. Well, I guess she might be dancing in the county jail. Okay, let's see. A baseball team wants people to take selfie pictures, and they're going to wear them on their jerseys. Kalamazoo, Michigan, a Michigan minor league baseball team players will be taking their fans onto the diamond during a game this summer. The Kalamazoo Growlers are asking fans to take selfies and post them to the team's social media accounts. They'll collect the selfies through April Fool's Day. I don't know if it's an April Fool's joke. Build a mosaic-style jersey assembled entirely from the photos and then wear them on July 24th when the Growlers take on, I love this name, the Wisconsin Woodchucks in salute to Selfie Night at Homer Stryker Field. So I know that some of you out there be sure to see that game. Okay, here's another one. Another guy biting. A biting epidemic. I guess they're getting ready for the zombie epidemic. This is like practice. You bite something, and then you're ready to be turned into a zombie. An English lower league player has been banned 10 matches by the English Football Association for biting a opponent during a game. Jose Labate, who plays for fourth-tier team Torquay, was charged by the Football Association with violent conduct. Yeah, I guess if you bite someone, that's violent conduct. Following a match against Chesterfield in February. They said that he was found guilty of the charge at a hearing of an independent panel. Labate had denied the charge. Torquay says in a statement the club is considering its options before deciding to appeal. Last April, Liverpool striker Luis Suarez was banned 10 matches for biting Chelsea defender Branislav Ivanovic during a Premier League game. So there's an epidemic of biting soccer players in the United Kingdom. Better watch out. Okay. Upstate New York five-year-old girl spends day at wrong school. Now, I don't know how they do it today. I mean, it's been years since I've been in a homeroom situation. But when I went to school, they would call the roll, and you'd say, "Prisoner here," and some clown would always make some funny comment to crack the room up. But in Schenectady, New York, this little girl gets on the bus Wednesday, and the bus was driven by a substitute driver. They took her to the school, and they were expecting a new first grader and asked the girl if she was that student. She said she was, and spent the day answering to the no-show first grader's name. The mistake wasn't discovered till the mother showed up at the school where she was supposed to be, and then they located her. A short time later, the district says it's re-examining its bus and new student procedures. I should certainly hope so. It might be like the old Kingston Trio song, the MTA, the man who never returned. This might be the girl who never returned. Let's see. Workers drill hole in Washington Ferry. Lots of weirdness going on in Washington. Sunday at the Eagle Harbor Maintenance Facility, it was undergoing routine annual maintenance. Crews had drilled a hole in the bilge deck to drain dirty water and paint chips. They were drilling a second hole 2 inches in diameter when it breached the hull. The Walla Walla can carry 188 cars and 2,000 passengers. Now, we used to have those here before they built bridges. I think they were kind of romantic. Here we go. Sick Rhode Island man lived with dead wife for days. Johnston, Rhode Island, a 71-year-old man with Alzheimer's and dementia lived with his dead wife's body for at least 2 days before officials entered the home this week. The man's 67-year-old wife died a few days ago. He wasn't aware she had passed. There were no signs of foul play. The man called the fire department Wednesday, and officials found the woman's body and a dead dog. The home was condemned because of what they called deplorable living conditions. The man was taken to a hospital for the evaluation, and officials were trying to contact his family. The medical examiner is investigating how the woman died. And we see stories of people like this all the time. People die in Germany and all that, and there have been stories where guys have not been found for 10 and 15 years. I remember a story a few years ago. They went into this apartment, and the guy still had the TV on, which I don't understand, how the power stayed on all those years. And the TV guy had opened to the program he was watching when he died. He'd been dead for 15 years, but all of a sudden somebody decided that, we haven't heard from Hans lately. Let's go find out what's going on with Hans. And they go in the apartment, and he's sitting there like that. So, okay, let's see. There's a funny comment from that site. The new Star Wars Episode 6 will have a start date and a timeline in May. The movie will open December 18, 2015, right around the time Art Bell will be returning, and free Art Bell. It takes place 30 years after the events of Return of the Jedi. Mark Hamill, Carrie Fisher, and Harrison Ford will be reprising their roles as Luke, Leia, and Han Solo. And the comment they made, by then Jabba the Hutt will have gone gluten-free. I thought that was pretty funny. Even though we all know Jabba the Hutt was killed, but it's still a funny comment. And a retweet from Twitter, Wiseman Jake from the same site. My friend texted me, thanks, without an exclamation part, so I assume he wants me to die. So that was pretty funny, too. All right, I've been kind of busy with everything. I did listen to part of a Noory program, but my iPhone ran out of power right during the middle of the program. So on the way home, because my admin keeps sending me emails, and that getting emails eats your power on your iPhone. So you want to turn your email off. I got to figure out how the hell to do that. Okay, this is the guy from Pittsburgh. I'll catch you next time. I'll do a video tonight if it isn't too damn hot. I came home yesterday. I walked from Best Buy. I saw my the Sony I want, the 4K HD television, 4K 55-inch. It's dropped from $10,000 a year ago. It was $3,900. They had it on sale for $3,500. So those things are getting almost affordable. But I'm still boggled. You can walk in and get a 32-inch set for like $300, which is not a bad deal. My friend of mine, he got a Westinghouse at a Sears outlet for $200 because it had a scratch on it. So if you look out there, you can get some deals. If you don't want to buy major brands, you want to buy these off brands, because I don't think anybody makes Westinghouse anymore. They just put the Westinghouse name on it. All right, this is the guy from Pittsburgh. I'll do another video tonight if I haven't been roasted to death, and I'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.